love. So if you have a lamp or something that you want to plug in, like I really want to plug mine in at like the front of my house, but there's no outlet underneath. So here's a hack to make your light bulbs work. You're gonna pick up a rechargeable LED bulb off of Amazon. The one that I used is linked down in the description box. You can go there and pick it up. And you're just going to simply take the LED bulb, screw it into your lamp, and then there's another piece that comes that you put at the end of your cord. And then I'm just going to hide the cord so you can't see it. And then you can just turn your light bulb on like normal. It works perfect. This is genius. Let me know in the comments if you guys are gonna try this hack. So this next hack is one that I love to do with my drill. Sometimes when I'm drilling into a piece of wood, I only want my drill bit to go down a specific measurement. So let's say you only wanted your drill bit to go down an inch. What you can do is you can measure your piece, figure out what your measurement is. In my case, I want it to go down an inch. Then you're going to use your tape measure and measure it out on your drill bit. Then take some painter's tape and mark as far down as you want your drill bit to go. Whenever you drill, you're just gonna stop whenever it hits the painter's tape and you have the perfect measurement. And then when you're done, all you have to do is remove the painter's tape. Have you ever wondered how people put together those really pretty floral arrangements using large bowls? Well, I'm gonna show you how with this home hack. So you want to get a large bowl. You may already have one at your home. I grabbed one at the thrift store for $3. It was glass. I wanted it to be white. So all I did was take it outside and spray paint it. Now here's the hack and how you do it. So what you're going to do is use any sort of Scotch tape, and you're going to start by creating a grid on your bowl. So you're going to have all the tape running one way and then put tape going the other way. This is going to create a barrier, so whenever you start putting in your florals, they're going to stand up a lot more nicely and be fuller in the center. The florals that I'm going to be using, I picked up at Hobby Lobby, but you could use any florals. You could use real florals if you wanted to. In the end, I think this hack makes an awesome floral arrangement. So I grabbed some of these Dollar Tree napkin organizers to help me organize in my pantry. I have a small pantry and I keep all of my food storage in there, and all the lids tend to get lost, and so I thought this would be great for organizing those lids. So I'm going to take some zip ties to attach all the napkin holders together. Next, I'll cut off the excess on the zip ties. Next, you can just put this into your cabinet and it'll easily organize all of your different lids for your food storage. I've also used this same napkin holder with zip ties in my bathroom to store hand towels. So our next hack is gonna be with my bread that I got from my Walmart Plus order. Now, a lot of times, you guys know these little bread ties, they fall off, they're not reliable. I mean, who really likes these? I know my kids lose them all the time. So here's a solution to keep your bread fresh if you lose this or just don't wanna spend time, twisting this around there. That's no fun. So take your bread bag, and then what you're gonna do is just give it like a quick twist. Then you're gonna take this upper portion here, and you're just going to simply pull it down over your bread. Look at how tight and compact that is. It took me, a couple of seconds to do. Love that. So this first home hack comes from Gina Gonzalez Otten, and she gave me this great idea for using dog nail clippers. So I grabbed a set of dog nail clippers at Walmart. And what's great about these is they're great for cutting kind of thick pieces of wood. I used it to cut through the Dollar Tree bamboo skewers with no problem at all. I also used them with the Dollar Tree dowel rods. Now you have to push a little bit harder to cut the dowel rods, but it's better than having to get out a saw. Another great option is to use these to cut your florals. So I think this is a perfect home hack, and a lot of us have these laying around our house. All right, so I want you to go out to your garage and see if you have an old can of WD-40. These cans have like really great sprayers on them. If you have an older can, you're just going to rinse it out, and then what you can do is you can use these to top any of your spray paint. So to do this, just take off the old top to your spray paint, and then you're gonna put on the WD-40 spray paint topper. When you spray this on your project, it's going to be very streamlined and give you that look of a paint sprayer. I love the Container Store, but it can be a little expensive. They have these glass containers with black lids that I think look so nice. They really do have a high-end look to them, and I think they'd be great for your pantry or sitting out in your kitchen. I decided to do this look for a little bit less. I grabbed 3 jars from IKEA. These jars are nice and big, and they have lids as well. I removed all the stickers from the containers. Then with the lids, I spray painted them with 2 coats of a flat black spray paint. I washed out the glass containers, and next you can fill them with anything you want. I think these look great sitting out on your counter with snacks. You could also put them in your pantry. Now you could take a step farther and add labels, but I decided I wanted mine to be really versatile so I could put lots of different things in them. So if you see an organizer you like in a high-end place, you can definitely replicate it with something less expensive somewhere else. I think we all have water bottles that just go everywhere and they get lost in your cabinets, and it can be really annoying. So I love this trick of using magazine holders to organize your water bottles. You're just gonna place the magazine holders into your cabinet or drawer, and then you can simply place the water bottles inside. They're not gonna roll around, they're gonna be set in place, and you can easily take them out when you need to use them. So this first hack is super simple, and it's gonna help you with your long dresses in your closet. A lot of us have long dresses that just hang down too low, and we can't put anything underneath there. So to fix that problem, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your dress that's on a long hanger, and then you're going to add an additional hanger. Then what you could do is you can loop the bottom part of your dress through the lower hanger. And then when you hang it up, it's not gonna take any more room, and it's gonna keep that lower part of your dress off the ground. So this next hack is going to be repurposing decor in your home to make it a useful item. I love picking up things at thrift stores or just finding things around my house. I have this little bowl here, and it's really cute. It's decorative. I like to put it out in a lot of different arrangements, but it also can be multi-purpose. So it's a perfect little bowl to throw your keys in. It would also be great to put out by my diffuser, and I could put all of my essential oils in it. So think about some of the items you have in your house. How can you actually repurpose them to make them useful so you don't have to go out and buy a ton of new stuff? So this first home hack has to do with lighting. I am a big lighting person, and I think it stems back to me being a photographer early on in my career, as well as all of the videoing that I do. But I think the light in your home makes a big difference. So I love a lot of window light. Another thing that I think really kind of changes the game is the temperature in the light bulbs that you use. So for instance, in my kitchen, I want it to be really bright and open, and I want to walk in here and feel like it's daylight. So I actually purchased daylight bulbs, which are typically around 5,000 K, which means 5,000 Kelvin. And the light in those light bulbs is just going to be a lot more white versus that warm yellow light that most of our light bulbs come in. So I prefer to purchase daylight bulbs in the rooms that I want to have that nice bright feel. You can also use lighting in different areas of your home to kind of give it a cozy feel. So you don't always have to use daylight bulbs. Like for instance, in my living room, I like adding different lighting sources that have warmer lights depending on when I'm gonna use them. So I have a lamp in my living room that's over my couch that has a warm light to it. And the more lights you have, it's also gonna give it more of a cozy feel. So I have the lamp above my couch. I also, on my dresser, have another light source over there. And of course, I have my ceiling fan. Now, my first choice would not be a ceiling fan, but my family just loves ceiling fans. Let me know in the comments if your family has to have your ceiling fans too. This chandelier in my dining room has daylight bulbs as well. Decor can definitely be really multifunctional as well. In this next hack, I'm gonna show you how I use multifunctional decor all around my house. So in my living room, I have this book that opens up, and it's perfect for storing my remote. Another functional item in my kitchen is my bread box. It hides my bread. And I hide my electronics in this basket. Another great option is buying baskets from the thrift store. They work perfectly to store so many things. I'm storing some books on the side of my bed with a basket I picked up at the thrift store. So my second home hack that's been a game changer for me is using a rechargeable USB lighter. You guys, these are awesome. They're super affordable, and basically to make them work, all you have to do is plug them into a USB outlet. Then they have charge on them. You just turn it on here. It shows you how much power it has. Then when you hit the power button, it easily lights things. This is perfect for barbecues, candles, anything that you possibly need to light. And I love that it's safe too. So if my kids are using it, their hands are at a safe distance. So if you don't have one of these, pick one up. No way does this next hack work. I saw this online and had to try it, you guys. You see this scratch on my floor here? I found this hack online that said walnuts could remove scratches from floors, wood floors. And I was like, I have to try this. So I picked up some walnuts in our Walmart Plus order this morning. So we gotta try this. So they say all you do is take a walnut and rub it on your scratch, and it's supposed to remove the scratches. So let's see if it works. All right, my walnut's breaking. Oh my goodness. I think it's removing the scratch. No way. Whoa, that is crazy. Here, let's try this one. Oh my gosh, it's removing this one too. This is my new favorite hack. Awesome. I'm pretty much blown away by this. I cannot believe that these little walnuts remove the scratches. It'll be interesting to see how long it keeps the scratches away. But if you have walnuts and some scratches on your floor, try it out. So this next hack I recently learned about and love the way it looks. So you know when you use like a gallon of paint and you have about half of the paint left, and let's say you store it for a year and then you open it up and it just doesn't look good, it's not as fresh. So here is a hack to make your paint last longer. So what you want to do is just open up your paint can, or whenever you're done painting, so just use some basic saran or cling wrap that you can purchase pretty much at any grocery store. And you're going to pull off a piece, and then you're just going to lay it flat around your paint. Now you don't need to push it in there. You're trying to create a barrier between the paint and the air. So you just want to lay it in there nicely and then put your paint can lid back on. And the next time you go to use it, it's going to be so much fresher. I love this hack.
So for this next hack, I'm gonna show you how to fold your towels really fancy. Now, I wouldn't do this for all my towels, but if you had like towels displayed out in your bathroom, this is a great option for your towels. So start by laying your towel out completely flat. Next, you're gonna fold one side over. Then you're gonna take your towel and fold it in half. Then flip it over to the other side. Now you're going to start rolling at one end until you roll the entire towel up. Now with the little end that's sticking out, you're just going to take that and tuck it into the towel. And look at how fancy these towels are. I mean, really, it takes, less than 30 seconds to do this, and these would be great if you needed some rolled up towels in your bathroom. So here's a great option to kind of rein in your trash bags. You want to get a paper towel holder. In my case, I grabbed mine off of Amazon. I'll link it below along with anything else in this video. You're going to get a big roll of trash bags. These are from Costco. You may have to pull out a few of the trash bags in the center. You're going to put them onto your paper towel holder, and this is a great way to keep them nice and organized. You can just pull one off whenever you need to use it, and it stays nice and clean underneath my sink. So let's say you're working on a DIY project and you want it to have the look of a paint stain, but you don't want to go out and buy a bunch of different stains. Here's a really inexpensive hack you can do with Dollar Tree acrylic paints or inexpensive acrylic paints from Walmart. So I'm going to start with the Dollar Tree acrylic paint that they have. I'm going to take my foam brush and the black paint from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint it onto any piece of wood. After you paint it on, go back in with a rag or paper towel and start pulling off the paint. This is going to do the same effect as using stain. With stain, you immediately pull off the excess and then the wood grain is going to show through. You can also do this with brown paint or any color that you have on hand. So you can instantly use paint to make the same stain look that you have with a stain. When I was at Walmart, I grabbed this shower caddy. I love using shower caddies for organization. There's so many different uses for them, so I picked one up to show you how to organize with it. You definitely do not have to stick with using these for shower supplies. You can use them for crafts, you can use them for tools. I'm gonna use mine as a homework caddy for my kids. So I'm gonna put in a variety of school supplies and office supplies that they may need. My kids can easily pull this out, put it on the table when we need to use it, and we can tuck it away in a cabinet when we're done. Now, do any of you have just random bags in your pantry and you don't know what to do with them? They get lost everywhere. You pull them out and then you have all these little baggies and they tend to get lost. Well, here's a fun idea you can do in your pantry or in any cabinet. So get a tension rod at Walmart and you're going to string on it these little binder clips that you can pick up at Dollar Tree, or you can grab them at Walmart since you're already gonna be there. You're gonna put your binder clips on your tension rod. Then when you have these small little bags, you can literally just clip them on here and everything is where you can easily get to it. So simple, but I love this hack.
Next, let's talk car hacks. We all spend a lot of time in our cars, so the simpler we can make it, the better. Now, I have this problem in my car that when I have someone sitting in my passenger seat, I don't have a place for my purse. I found this gadget that you could tie to the top part of your headrest and then wrap it around the bottom part of your console in the back, and it creates like a little fun hammock. Now I can just simply place my purse in there. It's not sitting on my console. It's not sitting in the passenger seat. It's really not disturbing anybody in the back seat. It's just a perfect little place for my purse. Love that.
So I love having hand sanitizer in my car. This little container fits perfectly in my cup holder. I can fill it up with hand sanitizer and just have it ready, and I can give it to my kids. You could put it in the back seat, front seat, but love having this in my car. So the next hack I want to share with you is kind of a design related hack, and it's all about creating balance in your home decor. When I was decorating this dresser in my living room, I really wanted the piece to have balance. I wanted it to have just as much height on one side as it does on the other. Let's say for instance, I would have just had the lamp placed here and then the other side, you know, really didn't have anything on there. It would have felt a little bit lopsided and the piece wouldn't have been as balanced. So what I decided to do was place two pictures in the background. My larger one I put on the right side so it was opposite of my lamp, and that just really helps to balance out the piece on the right side and give me balance. And then I followed it up by adding in a tall plant as well to really balance the scale on both sides. Now it's visually pleasing because I don't have too many items on one side and not the other. This is also a great tip to keep in mind when you're placing your furniture. You want to make sure you have enough balance in your room and not all of your furniture is stuck to one side of your room. I've been trying to use my power drill a lot more lately, and I've been trying to learn some different hacks to really help me, you know, do a better job. Sometimes when you're drilling through a piece of wood, you'll have wood splitting on the back side because your drill goes in and it splits the wood. And nobody wants their wood splitting. So this hack is if you take another piece of wood and put it underneath the wood that you're drilling and then drill through, it will avoid that splitting in your board. I think this is a really great idea. So just have like a scrap board that you can use whenever you're drilling. So recently I wanted to do some touch-up paint in my house, so I went out to my garage, found the paint can that I needed, brought it back in, opened it up, and it was gloopy. It was just not great. It really hadn't been stored well, and it just wasn't usable anymore, and it was probably only a couple of years old. So I thought, you know, there's gotta be a better solution for storing paint, keeping it fresh longer. I found this hack where somebody said use reusable jars to store your excess paint, and I thought that's a great idea. So I had this old jar from my Walmart Plus order that I created, and I'm just gonna use it to store some of my excess paint in here, and it has a nice tight lid on it, so it's gonna last longer. It's glass. I can also write on the top where the paint goes in my house, so I can easily find this. So love this idea. I'm gonna be trying this out and seeing if it works, seeing if my paint actually holds up. So if you love putting out plants like I do, but have trouble with them blowing away, here's a hack you can try. You can put canned goods or anything that's gonna weigh your pots down at the bottom, and then put your planters on top of it to try to keep them from blowing away. Have you ever been shopping at the thrift store and you come across a container and you love the way it looks, but it just has a picture or a decal on it that just doesn't fit with your style? Well, here's a hack you can try. So you want to grab some paint stripper from Walmart, and whatever piece you're going to use, take the paint stripper and you're going to brush it with a foam brush onto your container. Let it sit for about 30 minutes or whatever the instructions are for your paint stripper, and make sure you wear the proper gloves whenever you do this because this stuff is powerful. Once it's had a chance to sit for 30 minutes, you're gonna come back in and simply wipe off whatever paint or decal was on your pot. I was able to convert this planter to something that traditionally wouldn't work in my home to a really cute planter that works with the plants and the decor I have in my house. You guys,
check out my new curtains in my living room. I'm so excited about these. I've been wanting to do this for like 5 years since we moved in. I'll link to all the ones that I bought in the description box, but basically they're pleated curtains, and I wanted to show you my trick to make them look so nice. You see how they're nice and folded and they look really pretty? I'm gonna show you what I do to make that happen. Okay, so as you can see up at the top, I use binder clips. This is my trick to hold these pleats in place. Now, you don't just have to use it at the top. You can also use it at the base. I bet I can find one. See right here, you guys? I used a binder clip. This is going to help to hold that pleat in place. So if you're steaming your curtains, trying to get them to lay flat, and you're having trouble, grab a pack of binder clips from Walmart and just use those, and it does the trick. So if you're someone who always thinks maybe you can't make a bow, I'm gonna show you a super simple way to create a bow. All you need for this is some wired ribbon. This is from Walmart, I bought it last year. It's 2.5 inches. You wanna get at least 2 inches, and you wanna make sure it's wired. That is the key, it has to be wired ribbon. You're also going to need a zip tie, you can pick these up anywhere, and a pair of scissors. So you're gonna start by cutting strips that are about, 15 inches long? Will we say this is 15 inches?
Yeah.
Okay, so 15 inches long, I'm gonna cut 6 strips. So now that I have my 6 strips, I'm going to create a little loop like this with each of my strips. And I'm gonna hold them about in the middle here. So I'm gonna do that for each of the strips, and I'm just adding as I go. All right, so super simple so far. Now, it gets even easier. You're gonna come in with a zip tie, and you're going to wrap it around. And if you wanna be fancy, you could kind of crinkle it up, but you don't have to do that at all. Just put your zip tie in, and then pull it tight. So that's what it's going to look like once you have your zip tie on. All I'm gonna do is come in and clip off the excess from my zip tie. Okay, so this part I think can be kind of the intimidating part for a lot of people, is fluffing your bow. So what you wanna do is you wanna spread out all of your pieces. Then you're gonna pull them side to side. So with my bow, I'm gonna like take this one this direction, and I'm gonna go this one this direction. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna open up all of these pieces so they're fluffy like this. See how I did that, guys? So once you've kind of got a fluff started with these upper pieces, now you have 6 pieces at the bottom. You're gonna pull these out the same way, but you're gonna want these to sit flat. So I'm just gonna pull them out at the bottom. Now I have 12 of the tails down here, and that's a little much for me, so I'm going to cut off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the base that are like in the middle of my bow. With my remaining tails, I'm gonna fold those in half and then just cut a little triangle off of them. Okay, so that's gonna leave me with 3 tails on either side, and then I'm just gonna spread those tails out, and I'm gonna fluff out the top portion of my bow. And that's all there is to it. Now you have a bow that you could use in your decor. You could also put it on packages. So this next hack has something to do with that was really driving me nuts in my house. So you guys know this chair that I have in the corner of my living room. Well, anytime anyone sits on this chair, it rolls back and it slams into the wall. Not when I sit on it, but when other people sit on it, it tends to do that. It's just totally ruined this wall. I'm gonna have to repaint it. So I wanted a solution to make the chair not roll back.
I went on Amazon and I found these Scotch gripping pads that you could put on the bottom of chairs that are supposed to stop the chair from moving. And I thought, I'm gonna try this out and see if it works. So the gripping pads came in a pack of 8 and they were a little bit larger than my chair leg. So I went ahead and cut them out so that they wouldn't be sticking out too much. Next, I added them to the bottom of my chair. And you guys, these totally work. My chair is no longer sliding and it's not hitting the wall. So I am ecstatic about these gripping pads. So one of the home trends that I've been noticing is color block vases. These are so easy to recreate and they look awesome in your home. So pick up any vase from your thrift store. And with my vase, I decided I was going to put painter's tape about 1/3 of the way up. Next, I wanted to spray paint this and I didn't want any of the top half or the inside of my vase to get spray painted. So I took some craft paper and I just wrapped it around the area I didn't want to spray paint and used another layer of painter's tape to hold it in place. Next, I spray painted the vase with 2 thin coats of an ultra matte spray paint. I'm gonna link all of these things that I use down in the description box. They're always down there for you guys to see the things I use in the videos. After everything has a chance to dry, I'll take off the paper as well as the painter's tape. Next, I'm gonna put in any florals that I want. These are ones that I got from Hobby Lobby. I think I like the color block vase trend. I think it's cute. I'm wondering if you guys have any of these extra little drainage plates sitting around your house. If not, you can pick them up really inexpensive. I grabbed mine at Lowe's. We're gonna use this drainage plate to make a really cool centerpiece to set outside for an outdoor patio. So I'm gonna take the drainage plate, flip it over, and I'm gonna start drilling holes in it. This is just going to add in the drainage that we need when we use it as our centerpiece. Next, I'm gonna add a layer of soil across the entire plate. I also picked up this Drop and Grow planter mix. It's also called Sedum. I've seen it called that at Lowe's, and I just grabbed 1 whole pallet of it. So I'm gonna start by removing the bottom of the plant, and I'll start by just putting it across the center. You can easily break the plant apart as you go. So then I'm just going to take parts of the plant and put it on either side to really fill it out. So fill up your plant until you're happy with it, and I think this makes a great centerpiece or little plant for your table. I think it looks so lush. I have a couple of hacks that are really gonna help you be able to hang up things easily. So the first one is when you're wanting to hang something up and you need to use like 2 nails or 2 screws on either side. So I had this metal container that I wanted to nail to the wall. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna start by putting some painter's tape across the back. Then you're gonna come in with a Sharpie or marker and you're going to place the dots where you want your nail holes to be on whatever you're hanging. Then you can take that painter's tape and actually transfer it directly to your wall. From there, you can either use your drill to screw in holes, or in my case, I was just going to nail some holes in the wall. Once you kind of have already started your holes, you can take off the painter's tape and continue nailing them in. And this is an easy way to get your nail holes perfectly straight. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know I love to shop at Dollar Tree for all of my organizers. Some of my favorites are these clear ones with purple lids. They're great for snacks in your pantry. You can easily put all of your different snacks in there, and I think they look great stacked up. All right, so here's a hack to make sure all of your organizers that you use actually stay in place. So you're gonna grab some poster putty in the school supplies section at Dollar Tree. Put a little bit of that on the bottom of your organizers that are sitting in a drawer. Then when you open and shut those drawers, everything is gonna stay in place. Nothing is going to move around. I love this trick in my kitchen and my bathroom to kind of hold everything in place. So this next hack is a party hack that you can try for your next party. So this is a way to tie balloons. Now I know I struggle with tying balloons, especially when I have nails on. So for this hack, you're gonna blow up your balloon, then you're gonna get an old hanger, you're gonna wrap your balloon around the hanger, and then pull it through. It's going to create a nice area where you can easily tie your balloon. I think this hack is genius, and I really think it's gonna save me time at parties. Our next hack is for making your planters you have a little bit taller and a little bit more substantial. So I have this plant at my office that I just kind of stuck in a basket. It doesn't really look cute in there, and I need to fix it and make it look better. So what you want to do is you want to start by putting some books down at the bottom, something that it can sit on. You can also add in, Walmart sacks, plastic bags. Then put your plant on when it's at the height that you want it to be at. Then you can add in anything to create a nice filler. You could add in moss, you could add in rocks, really whatever you want to top it off. But what this is going to do is it's going to raise the height of your plant. So it's gonna make it look like a bigger plant, and it's gonna make it look nice if anybody looks into the basket. This next hack is perfect for securing your chips. So I grabbed these poppables in my Walmart Plus order, and after you open a bag of chips, a lot of times we'll do, like one of these and put a little clip in it, and sometimes it falls off, sometimes, it stays, but it's just not super fresh. So here is the trick that I learned. So take your container, and you can do this when it's pretty full because, let's be honest, we don't get too much product. Then you're gonna just grab your pair of scissors and you're gonna cut a triangle out of your bag like this, okay? So this is what your bag's gonna look like. What that does is it creates two little handles that you're going to tie in a knot. So you're gonna take your two handles and pull one under the other, and you're gonna pull tight. You've created a nice tight seal for your chip bags. Love this, and you don't have to have one of these anymore. This next hack is gonna help you with how to bring a free item into your house and use it in your decorating. I love using pine cones in the fall and into the winter, but sometimes I'm worried about the bugs that are on them. So I like to clean them before I put them out in my decor. For the pine cones, you're gonna mix about half water, half vinegar. I don't do any exact measurements, into a bucket. Let the pine cones sit in there for 30 minutes, and then you're going to set them out to dry. Now, if you wanna go even farther, you can bake them to just get them really sterilized and clean. I'm just gonna let mine sit out before I use them in my decor. So once you get your pine cones all cleaned up, you can use them as decor pieces around your house. I love doing this in the fall and kind of extending into the winter as well. Let me show you in my living room how I like to style them. So I've added the pine cones here to this little terracotta pot I have with pumpkins, and it just kind of adds a little bit to the overall look of my coffee table. This side table that I have over here is a little boring, but I'm gonna add in the pine cones to try to dress it up. So
So this next hack, I'm gonna share with you how I make my house smell amazing. Now I love doing this maybe when I'm having people over or on like a Sunday afternoon when I'm gonna be kind of around the house. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get a pot or pan and fill it up about halfway full with water. Next, you're going to add in oranges. I have clementines on hand, so that's what I'm gonna be using. So you just wanna slice those up and then you'll put them into your water. Next, add in cinnamon sticks. You can pick these up at any local grocery store. I'm adding in about 4, but really it doesn't matter. You can add as many or as few as you like. And then I'll add in a dash of vanilla extract. Make sure this is set on low and just leave it on your stove all day. Your whole house is gonna smell amazing. So if you ever wanted the look of sconces or maybe gallery lights above your artwork, but you don't want to go to the expense of having an electrician put an outlet on your wall, well, there's another great option that's super inexpensive. So I went on Amazon and I found this light to put above some artwork that I had in my bedroom. It was only $30, so I went ahead and picked it up. Now it came in this gold finish and it wasn't my favorite, so I decided to DIY it. I covered the LED lights with painter's tape as well as the little sensor light. So I started by spraying the entire piece with a matte black spray paint. Next, I got this idea from an Instagrammer named Jenna Sue Designs. She bought this product on Amazon called Rub and Buff, and it's basically just different gold paints that you can add to really give you that antique gold texture. So I tried out a few to figure out which one I like, and in the end, I went with the European gold color. And don't worry guys, I'm gonna link this light and the Rub and Buff down in the description box. Next, I used a brush and stippled on the paint until I was happy with the desired finish. Now, if you want more black to show through, don't put as much on, but I really wanted this to be pretty antique gold, so I added quite a bit of paint to it. Once your light has a chance to dry, all you have to do is hang it up on your wall. This one was so nice. It actually came with a little paper that showed you, where you needed to put your holes. It also came with some screws, but I preferred to just add 2 nails to my wall in order to hang it up. So I placed the nails in the wall, and then I put the backing piece on and made sure that was level. And then I came in with the light fixture on top. You guys, this is so cool. It also has a remote so you can turn it on, and to make it even cooler, you can change the light to a warm or a cool light. You can also decide if you want it to be at 50 or 100%, and you can put it on a timer. So it's on for an hour or 30 minutes. This is the coolest thing, and I'm just so happy with the way it looks in my bedroom.
Now, when I saw this next home hack, I knew that I had to do it. You guys know that I love going to the thrift store and picking up books to DIY. I came across this home hack of making a real monotone collection of books to display. And I thought, this is so much fun, I have to do it. So I grabbed 8 books at the thrift store. My thrift store sells books for $1 each that are hardback. And I just try to find a variety of sizes just to give me a little bit of visual interest, but not too much contrast. I want them all to be around the same size, but just a little bit different. Next, I decided that I was going to paint them. I have this one gray paint color from Sherwin-Williams that I have as a sample, and I really like the color. So I'm going to paint 2 of the books that color. Next, to make it in that same color tone family, what I did was I took that paint and I mixed it with some white chalk paint by Waverly. That's going to give me just a slight variation of the color in a lighter gray. I'm going to paint 2 more books with that lighter gray color. Next, I went back to my same gray paint and added in some black ink by Waverly to give me more of a dark gray color. And then 2 more of my books I'm going to paint in that dark gray color. My final books, I'm just going to paint white, and really I only did 1 coat of paint on all these books, but when you put them together as a collection, they look so nice sitting out, and you would have no idea that these books only cost $1. So this next home hack is really going to help you step up your pillow game. So whenever you buy a pillow cover, you usually buy a specific size. So most pillow covers come in like an 18 by 18. So what you want to do is buy your pillow insert maybe 1 to 2 inches larger. So I like to do this at IKEA. I buy most of my pillow inserts at IKEA. So at IKEA, I'm gonna buy a 20 by 20 pillow insert, and then my cover is usually 18 by 18. So when I put that pillow insert into my cover, it's going to make it look a lot more fluffy and full. Just keep that in mind whenever you purchase your pillow inserts. Buy them a little bit larger than your pillow covers. So this next home hack is for your bathroom. Sometimes it's kind of hard to figure out like what you should use in your bathroom to decorate with, because you don't want to put normal home decor items in there as frequently. So what I like to do is decorate my bathroom with items that I'm actually using in my bathroom. One of my favorite things to decorate are inexpensive soaps. So you want to pick up a clear container or some container from around your house. This one, again, I grabbed at the thrift store. And then I also picked up really inexpensive soap from Walmart. And I'm going to take them out of the package and just put them into my clear container. I'll put the lid back on, and this makes a great decoration for the shelf in my bathroom. So if you guys love that hack, I know you're going to like this next one using a fork that I saw on Pinterest. So you know how sometimes you have pictures that have like a hanging wire across the back. I struggle so much to hang up those type of planters on my wall, and when I saw this hack, I knew it was for me. So what you want to do is, once you have your nail or screw in the center of your wall, you're going to take a fork, just a regular kitchen fork, and you're going to place it on the nail. Then with your wire picture hanger, you're going to take it and place it over the fork until it's sitting on top of the nail. Then all you have to do is remove your fork by pulling it up through the top. It will come off easily, and literally it's like one of the easiest ways to hang this type of picture. I love this hack. So easy and doesn't cost a thing. So for this next hack, I wanted to give you a DIY fabric spray that you could use to freshen up any of your pillows or linens, throw blankets, anything that you have. So you want to get some sort of a spray bottle. I'm using a glass one. I believe this one was from Target. Next, I'm going to use a rubbing alcohol. I'm going to put in half a cup. Then I'm going to add in essential oils that I like. Now you could really do whatever you want. I'm gonna do 15 drops of lavender because that's one of my favorite, and then I'm gonna do 15 drops of lemon. You could really switch this up. You could do tea tree oil or whatever scent you want. Next, I'm gonna add in 1.5 cups of distilled water. And then I'll just mix that all together in my spray bottle. Then you can just spray it on any fabric you want for a nice, refreshed scent. I came across these two pieces of glassware that were in a square shape, and I had my wheels turning for some organization ideas. Next, I'm going to put painter's tape around the lower half of my glass containers. I'm going to be spray painting these, so I wanted to put paper around the top edge. So I'm going to tape off the top, so when I'm spraying, I'm not going to get any spray paint on the top portion. Next, I'm going to take it outside, and I'm going to be using a black Rust-Oleum spray paint, and I'll do 2 coats of spray paint. Once that dries, I'm going to take off the painter's tape. Because I wanted these pieces to come together and be really clear wherever their bond is, I'm going to be using the Rapid Fuse Ultra Clear All-Purpose Adhesive for this project. And I'm just going to put it on the side of my container, push them together, and let it dry. I thought these would look perfect in an office for office supplies. And how cute does this look, and so inexpensive?
So if you're like me and you are really bad about remembering to change out your filter, here's a hack for you. So instead of just going to the store and buying 1 filter, buy enough filters for a year. So we get these 3-month filters, so we need 4 of them. Then all you're gonna do is write the month on the outside that you need to change out your filter. That way you're covered for a year. Genius hack, you're welcome. So for this next hack, I'm gonna show you how to give all new life to a wood cutting board that has scratches all over it, or maybe you got it at the thrift store, with using some sandpaper and olive oil. First gonna start, I'm gonna remove these little pieces on the side. I'm gonna come in with a 240 grit sandpaper. And I'm gonna use this to sand down any imperfections on the cutting board. Next, I'm gonna use a rag to just wipe down the cutting board. Next, you're just gonna add in some olive oil. I picked this one up with my Walmart Plus order. You're gonna add some to a paper towel, and you're just going to rub it in to your cutting board. Now, the more olive oil that you add, the deeper and richer the color will be. So I haven't done the sides or the bottom yet, but I wanted to show you guys the difference. Here is the before from the back side, and here's how it looks with the olive oil. I think I'm gonna come in with a couple more coats as well, just to give it a more deeper look. Next, I want to show you one of my favorite cleaning hacks that I like to use. So underneath my kitchen sink, I keep all of my blue kitchen rags. I bought a pack of 50 and they're designated solely for cleaning. Anytime I use a rag to clean with, I just throw it in the laundry room. So everyone in my house knows that these are our cleaning rags, and they also know that we store them down here. I also keep some up in my linen closet, but I found that it really streamlines my cleaning, and we don't have that problem of like, what's a cleaning rag, what's not a cleaning rag.